What's poppin', everybody? Saber94. So I kind of got into the nostalgia reminisce Yu-Gi-Oh mood again. So I'm just gonna talk about my favorite 5 Yu-Gi-Oh decks, and I guess maybe there's 6 if you add that deck variation. But they won't be in any particular order except maybe for the number 1. So let's go for it. So the first one I'm going to talk about is a very nostalgic deck. It's going to be Cloudians. So Cloudians is a very special deck in my heart. For a long time, I thought it was my favorite deck, simply because I love Gladiator's Assault, the set, and the cloud concept and clouds. I think they're very majestic, very interesting, very cool, kind of majestic. I think is the best word. Filled with wonder and shit. And I thought the Cloudians kind of reflected that nicely. You could just leave your imagination to them. Imagine how they would be if they were real and shit, how you would look at them in the sky and all that stuff. Even though I don't really like what's his name, the dude that uses them in the anime with the glasses, I did like his duel when he dueled Chaz, Manjome Thunder in his game, and he used them and they're fighting like in the sky and shit. I thought it was a pretty cool game and very memorable. So Cloudians are pretty shit. They don't do much, but I do also like the strategy of using the Cloudian, the dude that brings out the smoke balls. Forgot his name, but yeah. And sacrificing the little guys, bringing out Nimbusmen, making him like 5,000 and shit. I thought that was pretty cool. I like doing that. It's a shitty deck, but you know, back in the days when it was released, at least it was somewhat playable. Now, speaking of Cloudians and Gladiator's Assault, in the same set, we got Gladiator Beast. I really love Gladiator Beast. My favorite version of them is actually a version that you can use much later with the Fire Fist cards, Fire Glads, this is how I call them. I really love that shit because you can use the Fire Formation Tenki and Tensen. Tenki gives a lot of consistency. You're going to search a lot of your guys, so it's like you have 6 search cards if you also use the Proving Ground, of course. And Tensen I might even like even more because this way you can just normal summon Bestari, use the additional effect of Tensen and summon another Gladiator Beast, and you can instantly go to Geysaris that kind of way. And I thought that was pretty cool. It's my favorite version. You have the Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. What's it called? The Tiger King. Yeah, you've got that XYZ option. You can go easily to him. You just have more variety. You've got a bear too, his destruction effect. It's my favorite kind of Gladiator Beast version, and I really like the flow of the deck. It's one of my favorite control decks, if not my favorite control decks. It just has a great flow. It's consistent. It's just cool. And of course, I like the lore of the Fire Fist cards based on the Heroes of the Water Margin. I'm pretty sure it's like a Chinese book, cool stuff. And Gladiator Beast, of course. I don't think I need to say I like their lore too. Now the next deck, it's going to be Constellars, one of the newer ones. Surprise, surprise. So the XYZ concept isn't the greatest thing, wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but when it comes to Constellars, I do like that they're based on star constellations and the zodiac signs and all that good stuff. I really like their art, their cool light cards too. Kind of remind me of the cool Duel Masters, light cards and their epicness, their majesticness. They were pretty cool. And I do like that Sheraton, which is like the Arius My Zodiac. He's a searcher, pretty cool. I mean, I wish the attack was flipped with a defense or what have you, or just somehow be better, but yeah. So Constellars, pretty good too. It's another kind of control deck that I really like. Next up, we got Dark World, and not the new Gates of the Underworld Dark World, the old school Elemental Energy Strike of Neos Dark Worlds, if you get what I'm talking about. So Dark Worlds is another deck like Cloudians, where I thought it was my favorite for a time. It was like one of my favorites, if not my favorite, for a long time. I just really loved them. I don't know why. The whole thing with discarding them and special summoning them and getting effects, being able to use Dark World Dealings, which was a draw card, and all that good stuff. The special effects you got, taking advantage of Graceful Charity even better. And who can forget card a safe return? Yeah, Man, I almost forgot about the card. Drawing a billion cards with that shit, it just worked great. Yeah, I just really love Dark Worlds. The art, they were dark, they were just cool. They were from Elemental Energy, one of my favorite sets. Not much really to say. I just really thought they were cool. That's it. Yeah. And the next up, Ancient Gears. Ancient Gears. Ancient Gears might be like tied with my other archetype. That's my favorite archetype, probably. Like tied to be my favorite archetype. I love Ancient Gears. I mean, I really don't give that much of a shit about Crowler or what's his original name? I don't remember, but the original Japanese name. But I don't really care much about that guy. But Ancient Gears, coolest machine type archetype for me. They just looked so cool when the gadget structure deck with Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon, Machines Revolt, yeah, was on the TCG website of Upper Deck, and I saw that shit, and it was gonna come out, the latest structure deck. I was so hyped. I wanted that shit so much, so bad. Like, it was just super cool, basically. And even before that, with Ancient Gear cards from Lost of Millennium and shit, it's just a super cool deck. I love Ancient Gears, their art, using them kind of as a go all out, win or die kind of deck with Power Bond and the Fusion, Ancient Gear, Ultimate Golem and shit. It's just super cool, man. Gear Town, all that good stuff. Very, very cool deck. Not that great either, like the other decks. And even with the new support that came out, it's not really all that. But one of my favorite decks for sure as well. And then next up, at the final shit, this is like my favorite deck, and it's gonna be a bunch of variations together, but it's basically Dark Arm Dragon, D Hero, Teledad, Return shit. I hope you guys got that. So D Heroes are basically possibly my favorite archetype along with Ancient Gears. Maybe it's a tie, maybe I like D Heroes more, but I really love Edo Phoenix, Astra Phoenix, I guess if you want to go with the English version. Ever since I played Tag Force 2, chose him as my partner. His, art, his concept story, his character is just super cool. And the D heroes, I remember Enemy of Justice, got those cards and thought, man, these guys are pretty cool. Cooler than elemental heroes, possibly. And I just thought they were cool, basically. And I love, of course, the D hero engine using D draw, discarding a Destiny hero to draw two cards kind of thing. It's possibly one of my favorite, if not my favorite plays to ever make. Discarding malicious for Destiny drawing shit. And because the D hero engine is so crucial in Teledad, which is like basically one of my favorite, if not it's my favorite kind of deck with return shit. It's all basically all the Teledad variations. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I tried to say in the beginning. I love Teledad, summoning Dark Arm Dragon through that shit, and summoning Synchros. Great times. I played the deck for as long as I played Yu-Gi-Oh! Basically, ever since it came out. When it got fucked, I kind of had to take a break, but then eventually when D-Hero got into 2, when we had at least Emergency Teleport at 2 and shit and what have you, I played the deck. I aimed to bring out a Void Ogre Dragon that can negate a spell or trap if you're handless. And then later when Bells came out, I was so fucking happy because not only Bells looks like kind of it's like a Digimon cool card, like it's a Digimon epic sort of monster thing. I don't know how else to describe that, but I thought his art was cool. I was happy because man, this guy is something that we only can bring out, like the Teledat kind of deck brings out easily and amazingly, and it was a great Yu-Gi-Oh card. Like can't die from battle or effects. It was just super cool, man. Played that forever. Then when Dark Law came out and the Shadow Mist, that cool guy as well, with mask change and all that stuff, I kind of blended that in as well. And you've got some kind of Dark Law, Teledat shit deck with the D heroes as well. And it's just crazy, man. Just a crazy cool deck. This sort of hero, Teledad, dark deck variations with Dark Creator as well. I tried versions with that and all sorts of stuff, man. Really cool. Definitely another one of my favorite decks ever. And the other deck, I guess that you could say that they're kind of basically the same deck, is Return Dark Arm Return Dad variations. The original Return deck, it's basically Teledad was the evolution of that deck, but it's a different animal. But of course, I love it. Dimension Fusion, Black Magician of Chaos, Disc Commander. It's a crazy ass deck. You draw your whole shit, can OTK, you can perform loops. It's possibly my favorite deck, and I think it's the strongest deck of all time for its time when it was released. Crazy. And I guess with that, we'll also add in Dark Creator and Dark Lords. I love Dark Lords as well. The Dark Creator deck that I made, pretty original, where you bring out Dark Creator, you bring out Superbia, and then you bring out Zerato from the graveyard, and you can basically do 8,000 OTK. You blow up everything with Zerato. So let's add that as well too. But these are my favorite Yu-Gi-Oh decks. I played, of course, many other Yu-Gi-Oh decks over the years. Harpies I like too, and so many other Yu-Gi-Oh decks that I could talk about. Vampires, I mostly like the art. I like the deck as well, but it's kind of shit. And yeah, I guess these are my top really favorites. The ones that I reminisce, I think about, and that have a might have the best, like most special place in my heart, you could say, when it comes to Yu-Gi-Oh. So random Yu-Gi-Oh video, I know, but either way, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys subscribe, leave a like, share this with your friends. Saberwolf94, and what's up?